Hey everyone, this is April Toro, and I am here today to talk to you about how to hold a successful open house. I am going to breeze through this because there's a lot of information, so if you have any questions about the specifics, please let me know. In order to have a successful open house, you have to make sure that you prepare properly. A lot of people plan at the last minute and then nobody shows up to their open house and they're very disappointed. But I guarantee you, you will have a more successful open house if you prepare. So some of those things include the following. So you'll want to print flyers for the open house ahead of time. One place that has really good flyers is called List Reports. Whenever you have a listing, they'll pull all the information into a report like this, so you don't have to do anything. It's totally free. It says open house, has information about the property, information about you, which is really nice, and then also information about the area in this cool infographic with information about walkability, schools in the area, dog parks, and restaurants. So I love List Reports. I highly recommend that you use those. You also want to print extra copies of your disclosure sheets, seller's disclosure, community association disclosure, and have those handy. You want to prepare by knowing all the information about the property that most people ask: age of the roof, age of the HVAC, age of the house, square footage, just knowing the property inside and out, where the lot lines are, things like that. You want to be the expert. Even if it's not your own listing, you need to be the expert. So study that. Have a tub filled with all of your open house items. I guess it's not a tub, like a storage container filled with all the items that you need for an open house. So anytime you have an open house coming up, you can just grab your tub, grab your signs, and go. Some of the things that you want to have in your storage container would be balloons, a balloon pump, Sharpies, tape, sign-in cards, a fishbowl to put the sign-in cards in there. And then one thing that you can do if you decide to do this is have envelopes with a about me sheet with information about you, information about the brokerage, and then a coupon that's good for a home warranty, a staging session, something like that if they work with you as their realtor. And on the outside of the coupon, you can just write free gift inside. And that's something that you can give to anybody that comes to the open house, and it's an incentive to work with you. Some other things that you want to do is go to the house a few days before the open house. So if you're having an open house on a Saturday, you can go by the house on a Thursday. Shoot a video in front of the house just saying, hey, this is April Toro. I'll be holding this house open next Saturday from 1 to 3. I'll be having some fun giveaways and some great food, and I would love to see you there. See you soon, whatever the case may be. So just shoot a really quick video, post it to Facebook, boost it in a Facebook ad in the surrounding area around where the open house is. I would do like $5 to $20 a day, just depending. And you also want to upload the video to YouTube. So you can just use that as a marketing video over and over. Let's see, in the example I say, hey, this is April Toro. I'll be holding this gorgeous home open this Saturday between 1 to 3 at 123 Main Street. You do not want to miss this. We'll be serving mimosas and macaroons or whatever it is that you're serving, and giving away Starbucks cards to 5 lucky winners. We'll see you Saturday. Something like that. Short and sweet. You also want to reverse prospect to all the agents in FMLS who have sent that listing to their buyers. So if this is not your listing, you can ask the other agent to do this. Just make a list of all the agents who have sent the home to their buyers, and you can call them and personally invite them to the open house. You can also send an email with information about the open house. Just make sure that, two things, just make sure that you let them know that their commission will be protected if they send the buyer to the open house, and be respectful of that. And then also, I would just say with the information about the property, do not reroute the email with a link. Do not make them click on an attachment. I would include pictures and information in the body of the email. A lot of agents are busy and they're not going to take the time to follow a link or click on an attachment. So just send them the information about the open house, welcome them to have their buyer stop by, whether or not they're present, and that their commission will be protected. Also, door knock on the neighborhood. Invite the neighbors to stop by the house. Some people like to invite the neighbors to come over like an hour before the open house. I don't really like to waste my time doing that, but I do invite the neighbors to come while I'm holding the house open. And if you door knock on the neighborhood and you have a neighbor that answers the door, one thing I would ask is I would switch it up instead of just making it a sales call, like, hey, we're holding a house open. Would you like to, come by and take a look at it? I would actually ask them, what's your favorite, I'm selling a house in the neighborhood. I would love to know, what's your favorite thing about living in this neighborhood? And take notes and use that at the open house to help sell the property. And I think that's gonna make you look better to the neighbors as well, because it shows that you're taking the time to help to sell the property. So I would ask them their favorite feature in the neighborhood. If they know of anybody that they might like as a neighbor, and say, I'd love to invite them to the open house, or have you invite them to the open house, whatever the case may be. And then if you're feeling really comfortable with the conversation, you can say, hey, when, do you think that you'll be selling anytime soon? And if I sell this house quickly, I may have other buyers who are looking in the neighborhood. Have you ever thought about selling this year? Something like that. Another thing that you can do is ask the neighbor if they would be interested in receiving a free home valuation every month. There are some CRM systems that will automate this and just send it out for you. If not, it could be time consuming, but if you have a system that does that for you, that's a great way to stay in contact with the neighbors. Okay, the other thing that you can do is use Remind to get all of the neighbors' information, and use Sly Broadcast to drop a voicemail to all of the neighbors, inviting them to the open house. Also, I would look for buyers who are searching for criteria that matches up to the home that is being held open. So Matt Sellers can do a search for you for all of the buyers in sync who are looking for homes that match up to that criteria. If the leads are in the pond, then I would call them personally and invite them to the open house, send them an email with all of the information. If they are already assigned to another Red Barn agent, I would forward the email to the Red Barn agent and ask that agent to invite the prospect to come to the open house. That way you're helping other agents out, you're getting more people to the open house. It's a win-win for everyone. All right, so that's preparation. Just some of the things that you need to do to prepare for the open house. Now, as far as setup is concerned, the first thing that you want to do is buy a lot of signs, a ton of signs. If it's not obnoxious, it's not enough signs. Make sure that you're in compliance with the city and the HOA, but you should have a minimum of 10 signs, ideally 15 to 20 signs. You want to make sure that you're setting up the signs way ahead of the neighborhood, not one of those things where by the time somebody sees your sign, they're already driving past the neighborhood, because most people are not going to turn around. So you want to stagger the signs way before the neighborhood and have a sign on every single corner where there's a turn to get to your open house, however many it takes for that. Have refreshments, make sure that they present nicely. So do not show up to an open house with a plastic container of cookies from Kroger that's just opened up. That does not look nice, and it doesn't make you look like a great agent. Make sure that it presents nicely. It doesn't have to be fancy food, but make sure that the presentation is good. I don't necessarily recommend that you spend a lot of time making signs that say thank you for popping by on popcorn, or personalized labels on water bottles. A lot of that stuff goes in the trash. I personally don't like to waste my time on it, but it's totally up to you. You want to make sure that you have a way for people to sign in. There is an app called Open House Pro, so you can have a tablet where people can sign in that way. You can use customized sign-in cards, or you can use a sign-in sheet from list reports, but you want to make sure that everybody's signing in. A great thing to do is have a table set up by the front door where you're collecting people's information as they're coming in. So you can have the sign-in cards, the fishbowl to drop in the filled out cards, the example card on the table so that they know what to fill out, and your 5 Starbucks gift cards or Amazon gift cards or whatever it may be laid out on the table nicely to let people know that you're having a giveaway, and then your envelopes that say free gift inside that you're going to pass out as people are leaving the open house. I would also have a large flag that says open house or something to that effect by the front door that's brightly colored just to catch people's eye. Okay, so let's talk about what to do whenever you are at the open house. So you want to arrive 30 minutes early to the open house to make sure that you have plenty of time to set everything up so that you're not trying to do that after the fact. So that you're super organized, all the lights are on, all the food is out, and you're ready to go whenever your open house starts. The other thing that I would do is I would do a Facebook Live, just letting people know, hey, this is April Toro. I'll be at our beautiful new listing at 123 Main Street today between 1 and 3 p.m. I'll be serving this food, these drinks, and I will also be giving away 5 Starbucks gift cards to the lucky winners. And in honor of that, I want to do a giveaway on this Facebook Live. And then you could do a giveaway by asking people to share the post, or asking people to guess something about the house. If you can guess the age of the house that I'm in, you can win a Starbucks gift card. It was built sometime between 1990 and 2000. Or if you can guess how they finished the downstairs, I can give away a gift card. Is it an in-law suite? Is it a theater room? Is it a home gym? Just whatever to get people to engage with the video, watch the video, and whoever is the winner of the Starbucks gift card, you can reach out to them, ask for their contact information so that you can send them a free gift, and that's another person that you can add to your database. So whenever you are hosting the open house, you want to greet people at the door. It's a lot easier to get people to sign in before they've walked into the house. It's a little awkward after the fact. Have an example card filled out. If you're going to have a card as a sign-in sheet, have an example filled out for them to look at. Let them know that you have a drawing every 30 minutes and they could win a Starbucks gift card. Here is an example of, now obviously you don't want the example card, you don't want the card to be this big. I just did this for the sake of this exercise. So this would be kind of like an example card. You don't want to actually put your information. You don't want to put your full address and all of that on there. You just want to make up some information, but you just want an example for people to look at. So have everybody sign in, let them know there's a really good chance that they could win a prize. Let them know that our brokerage has several listings coming up every month, and you could get them into houses before they even hit the market, and ask them if they're interested in seeing those, so it gives you a reason to reach out to them. Whenever they fill out your sheet, say, hey, I just want to make sure that you have my info in case you have any questions about this house or about any other houses on the market. Then I would text them your contact card based on the phone number that they put on the sheet. And my contact card has my headshot, my full name, my email address, my phone number, and the label is Realtor April Toro. So if they search through their phone for the word realtor, I pop up. So I would highly suggest that you do that. And then if they say the house is not a great fit for them, ask them, we have new homes hitting the market. I can get you into homes before they even hit the market. Would you be interested in that? And that's going to give you a reason, or you can schedule an appointment. Hey, when would you like to get together and I can tell you about all the great properties that we have that haven't hit the market. So it's a great way to get people to meet with you. You also want to withhold a piece of information about the property if you can. Not the general information, obviously square footage, year built, all of that you don't want to withhold, but if somebody has a question about water filtration systems or something in particular about the property lines that you couldn't easily answer, that could be a great nugget for you to come back to them after the fact. Hey, I'll find out more information about this water filtration system or whatever it may be. And that gives you a reason to reach back out to them, which is really great. Also, if you are going to use that, like, hey, I know you had some questions about the water filtration system, let me give you a call as soon as I find that out, and you call them and they don't answer, don't leave the information on the voicemail, do not text the information. That is a reason to get them to call you back. So say, hey, Mary, this is April Toro with Red Barn. I just wanted to give you a call back. It was great meeting you at the open house the other day. I found out the information that you were asking about the water filtration system. Can't wait to tell you all about it. And have them call you back. So I think that's everything at the open house. So after the open house, I'm going to do a whole other section on follow-up. I just don't have time on this video. But whenever they pull away, as soon as they leave, you can just go ahead and shoot a quick video. Hey, this is April Toro. It was so great meeting you at the open house today at 123 Main Street. I'll be sure to get back with you about whatever information it may be about that water filtration system that you asked about later in the week. I'll talk to you soon. Or I'll be sure to get back with you about the new properties that we have coming up that haven't even hit the market. So you just want something to be following up with them about, not just randomly calling them. And then you want to make sure that you have provided detailed feedback for the seller. If you're not the listing agent, then you want to provide the feedback to the listing agent so that they can provide it to the seller. And there's a whole lot of other things that you want to do as far as follow-up is concerned. But again, we'll cover that in another video. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope you all have wonderful success with your open houses. Please let me know if you have any questions at all.